From ABC News, this is World News This Morning. Now from our world headquarters in New York, here's David Muir.
In a business environment full of uncertainty and change, workers need to do everything they can to prove their value to a company. So joining us this morning is Stuart Levine, a business consultant and the author of this book, The 6 Fundamentals of Success. Stuart, good to have you here with us this morning.
Thank you, and good morning.
The first fundamental is making sure that you have value to the company you're working for.
Exactly. We want people to really understand that they have to add value, and we recommend you do that by really understanding your customers. Get close to your customers.
The next thing you talk about is communication, and you say it's important to hear what you're saying.
Critical to hear what you're saying. Sometimes people get into almost pre-memorized language, so we want you to hear your words.
And you talk about knowing how to deliver results. And when you, I love the analogy, don't throw spaghetti against the wall, which we've heard, but how does this play into this?
Well, I think at the end of the day, achieving results requires more than just a random act of throwing kind of spaghetti against the wall to see, in fact, what sticks. So when you're putting together a business plan, make sure that you understand what your objectives are, make sure they're clear, who has to be included, what kind of communication plan, and then hold yourself accountable.
When you talk about overcoming the kings and queens of chaos, what do you mean by that?
Well, those are people that generally in a meeting they try to distract the meeting. Never sacrifice your business for those people. They typically will say, we can't do that, we've tried that before. So don't sacrifice your future for the kings and queens of chaos.
The next fundamental number 4, is conducting yourself with integrity, and obviously we've had all of these corporate scandals in the news as of late. How important is this?
Well, obviously it's critical, and we believe this whole cycle of what I'll call the post-Enron disclosures will go on for another 5 years. So we want you to look at, just as you, David, have a brand name and I do, everybody out there has a brand name. So you want to conduct yourself with integrity because the world doesn't owe you or me a living.
And part of working with integrity is building the relationships of those around you, which takes us to our next fundamental.
Correct. You need to invest in relationships. Almost visualize a radar screen as if an air traffic controller. You see that green dial and the sweep hand touches the planes as they approach the airport. It's that way in relationships too. You want to be able to be in touch with people in your life, not just when you need them, but throughout a continuing process.
And finally, the 6th fundamental, you say, is gaining perspective, realizing that, you know, it takes a team actually to do what you want to do.
Yeah, if you want to be a star, you really have to stop thinking of yourself as a superstar. You've got to listen to people, encourage them, and ultimately move a team forward.
And with just a few seconds left, you say be comfortable with not knowing everything.
Yeah, we know a lot of CEOs, and the smartest people I know say, you know what, I'm not exactly sure I understand that concept. Can you help me? And they reach out to the smartest people to get that type of support.
All right, well, we're glad we reached out to you this morning. Stuart Levine, thanks so much. The book is The 6 Fundamentals of Success, and you can get more business news at our website, moneyscope.com. We'll be back with more of ABC's World News This Morning right after this.
This morning's business brought to you by New York Life Insurance.